Okay. Good morning, Style Counsel. We're here this morning with Joanne from the Stylist and The Wardrobe. Lovely to have you here, Joanne.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. So, Joanne, we just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about your blog, so you can tell Style Counsel followers how you got your blog started, any kind of trend forecast you can see for autumn winter. And yeah,
Great.
So, tell us about your blog, how you got into it. I understand you did journalism before.
Yes, I was actually a journalist for 10 years in newspapers,
Amazing.
national newspapers, and so I think I'll always be a journalist at heart, because once you do that for that amount of time, it's always kind of ingrained in your blood. But I was so that I moved countries. I was working in Dublin for for the Mail on Sunday, and then I came over here, and I needed to kind of continue writing about fashion, because I used to do a lot of fashion there. And I just thought, blogging was starting to take off then, and I thought it would be a good way of continuing that. So that's how it got started, basically.
Oh, amazing. So you've always had a passion for fashion.
Passion for fashion.
Passion for fashion has a horrible line. But unfortunately, Yeah. Oh, nice. And so how did you find you kind of took off with your blog? Was it, how many years have you been running your blog?
It takes a while. It takes, when I started first in the UK, there wasn't that many people blogging. It was quite a new industry.
Yeah.
So it felt a bit, at times, that I was kind of blogging into this big black hole, because there was no PR relationships at that stage, because everything was still very much on, it's all about print stuff and newspapers and magazines, and the online stuff was just taking off. So it felt like, oh god, this is a bit of a waste of time.
Yeah.
Then I think over the last 2 years, it's definitely a booming industry, and the feedback's been much better and feels a lot more satisfying.
Yeah, but there's loads of talks about influencers and kind of understanding how the role of influencers are playing now.
Yeah.
So would you say you follow blogs yourself, or?
Yes, I keep an eye out. I think I do like to kind of see what other bloggers are doing, and I have my favourites, definitely, but I also try and avoid, I just kind of keep my head down sometimes and do my own thing, because it can be like every other industry, it's quite competitive at times.
Yeah, definitely.
So I find you can become consumed, by what other people are doing if you let yourself. Or, so sometimes I think for my own sanity, I just find, I'm just going to concentrate and trying to be a good blogger, and then catch up sometimes with other people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so what would you say your style is? How would you describe your style?
I guess my style is quite simple. It's not like, I'm not a very flamboyant dresser, but I guess I like kind of stylish, simple things. So perhaps maybe classic with a twist. I like adding in kind of funky shoes or accessories. But generally I kind of try to wear things that are not too kind of scary, and things that I can wear, like if I drop my son off to school gates, I'm not kind of like hiding my kind of like, I don't know, my jumper made from peacock feathers.
So
it's just kind of a mix of but I still like to be stylish as well. So,
absolutely. And where would you say you kind of get your inspiration for style from? I
get it from all over the place. From I still read a lot of glossy magazines. I still online. It's from my kind of I like various people like Anya Bing. I really like her stuff. She's I like her blog as well. I like that it's called Who, What, Where Now. They're huge. So I like keeping up with trends, I guess. And taking every season, taking little bits from the trends to and just kind of including them in what I'm wearing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what would you say what can you see everybody wearing this autumn winter? What do you think are key pieces?
Key pieces. Well, I think say for in terms of casual wear, I think like the frayed denims and the kind of distressed denims, they're still very much on trend, I think, this season. I also love the kind of military jackets, with the shiny buttons. The kind of band coats they're called, with and velvet as well. That's a favourite of mine. So I think velvet particularly looks great, you know, in shoes and bags and stuff. You can bring it in that way. So there's some fun trends around.
Yeah, definitely. And any kind of shades that you can say to Style Counsel, what kind of colours would be best colours to be wearing this autumn winter?
Well, in terms of I think the velvet they look great in that kind of deep plum colour, you know, or the burgundy, the rich burgundies. This time of year, especially around autumn, look really nice, and they're really appealing, flashing on most skin tones, I think. And I also think gosh, I think you always have to be true to your own style, so you pick stuff out of every trend that you like. And I like in terms of the shoes, I love the Mary Janes that are around now, you know, all the little straps. Really cute.
Really lovely.
Yeah,
nice. And so, do you have a favourite place to shop for like your basics and things like that? So
well, I think gosh, I tend to shop kind of all over the place, really. I like to keep things a bit, you know, varied. But I guess, say on the high street, I'm a big sucker, like everybody else, for Zara. But
definitely.
And I love also like things like you know, little shops that kind of unique boutiques that have a mixture of brands. You know, so they kind of pick out places that have a little kind of a bit of everything. You know, that are quite, say, you know, stuff that generally you can get online, and then if you go into this little shop, it'll have them all there.
Things.
Exactly. So, I like Club Monaco as well, just for the kind of layering things. I love M&M as well. I think they're very chic, and just loads of places actually. I never get bored.
Amazing. So we understand you're a very busy lady, so you've got a family as well as running a full-time blog. So how would you say you kind of manage, like, what's your average day like?
Oh gosh, well, sadly I'm always one of those mums that, you know, is like running up to the Montessori going, oh, take him. I'm generally always quite late, and it's embarrassing now at this stage, but thankfully my son has lovely teachers, they're always, you know, very understanding. So I just juggle a lot, you know. I've got basically Montessori helps out the fact that he's there some days, and then I've, you know, have a little help during the week as well when I'm working. My husband's working, so so we just kind of juggle. I juggle a lot. So
every day's different.
Which is good, and you know, then I like that I can actually spend time with my son as well. You know, because I'm working for myself.
Definitely.
So it's family friendly.
And do you have any kind of tips or advice for any followers that are wanting to get into blogging? Obviously, it's getting even bigger than it is now.
It's just, I guess when you're starting off, it seems really daunting, but you know, just find something that you think's interesting, that you love doing, and do it well, and I think that will, you know, carry you a long way. And just be kind of, I guess, true to yourself and your own style as well. And perhaps, you know, pick something, because it is quite a saturated market now, so it is quite difficult to make any kind of dent when you're starting off. But you know, choose maybe a side angle, approaching things from a side angle rather than kind of the predictable front way. You can think of some clever way of doing that then.
Absolutely. And so, are you into music at all? Would you say you've got like a favourite playlist to listen to when you're getting ready?
Don't ask me about music.
No, so you're more a news person in the morning.
I like jazz in the morning, and that puts me in a good mood. But I'm hopeless at kind of contemporary music, so no, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'll just embarrass myself.
Amazing. Well, it's been amazing having you here, and thank you so much for coming in.
Having me. Yeah, no, it's been great.
We've actually got a question, if you don't mind answering.
Oh yeah, sure.
From Elizabeth Porter. Do you have, seeing as we're in Shoreditch at the moment, do you have any favourite boutiques or shops around Shoreditch that you like to go to?
Oh gosh, this is terrible as well. I don't actually end up coming out here this much because all my my family and everything stuff, it's all based on the other side of London. So unfortunately, I don't get as much time as I would like.
Have you got any like favourite shops in Wimbledon or any like local places that aren't chains?
Oh my gosh, you have to put me on the spot now. I like Triology, and I like there's a little boutique in Wimbledon called the Two Sisters, and that has lots of stuff as well. That's kind of a bit different, and I like let me think. God, you really have to put me on the spot now. I like the Bluebird, the one with the kind of mixture of labels just on the King's Road. That's really nice as well. I like vintage shops. I like anything really that's I think will, I love a bargain. Just
head down Brick Lane after this.
Brick Lane, yeah, exactly. I think I might actually. So I'm going to try and explore a bit more now.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. It's been lovely.